Well, here she is, 2024 Gasgas ex250, sitting at about smidgen over 6 hours, a couple of decent rides on her. So go for a little squirt and give you some thoughts. Straight off the bat, she's not standard. Show up in there. I've got a TSP 2-stroke performance billet head, medium comp insert, and I got the ERM and installed the 250 maps to go with it. Right off the bat, right when she was bloody new and clean. So I can't comment on the stock Gasgas / KTM mapping or any of that. If you're running it stock, it sucks for you, because this thing bloody runs good. Alright, we're on our private test track. It's been raining week after week after week. Not ideal conditions, but we'll go for a cruise, have a bit of a chat, I can splash around. So besides the TSP gear, I've fitted a 13-tooth front sprocket, because it was 14.48 out of the box when I got it, and I thought 14 is going to be way too tall for these sorts of shenanigans, so we went straight to 13, and otherwise that's it. We'll just take it easy for a smidgen. So yeah, modifications wise, in the very near future I'll be putting heavier springs in, because I'm a big bopper, 6'2" and 100 kgs. Should be a bit less than that, but I like beer. And the stock springs are doing their best. The suspension's bloody good, but it's definitely just diving through the stroke more than it wants to be, which is not its fault, it's my love of Hire's fault. So there'll be a spring change on the horizon. But talking about suspension, very impressed. Like being the EX, the cross-country version, in theory the damping's a bit stiffer than the EC, which is your XEW, forget what the husky one is, but you know what I mean. Yeah, the damping should be a bit stiffer than the one with the headlight and what have you, but it's not harsh at all. The damping is surprisingly soft, not in a bad way. I'm not saying it's soft and no good. It's soft and in a lovely, forgiving, snuggle blanket sort of way. But if you want to go fast and hit some bumps, she's happy as. I'd want some heavier springs before I went to motocross track. I think because I'm fat that the front would be close to bottoming. But just for other general riding, the suspension damping is great. It's surprisingly good. Other things of note that I've been impressed with is the brake tech hydraulics. So front and back brake, clutch, it's all brake tech gear. A lot of people bloody do reviews and it's junk, I had to spend $1,000 upgrading to Brembos and blah blah blah. Well, I just don't, maybe they got a dud. I don't see the need. The brakes on this is superb. I've got a 2016 350 bloody KTM in the shed at the moment. That's the full Brembos, and I like the brakes on this better. The brakes on that thing are actually great too, but this is, you don't hop on this after being on the Brembos and go, oh, they're shit, they're going in the bin. I think if you're having brake issues with one of these, maybe put new fluid in and new pads before you bloody go chucking it in the bin, because these have been phenomenal. If you're racing at a national level, if you bloody go out with Graham Jarvis and he struggles to keep up with you, maybe you could justify Brembos. But if you're a weekend warrior trail rider like me, might do a clubman event once I've got a bit more time in the saddle of this beast, you're not, the brakes and the clutch aren't letting you down, let me put it that way. They're bloody fantastic. I've been doing a lot of clutch slipping in this greasy New Zealand springtime conditions, and I haven't had any problems. That's great. And I've had Brembo and Nissan and Magura and had to play on a few different bloody things. And this brake tech has never let me down and never made me think, oh, I wish the brakes had more feel, I wish they were stronger, any of that. And this is out of the box. I haven't put different pads on or anything. This is how it came off the showroom floor from